I'm Bill Streeter. I'm the director of the Delaware Valley Raptor Center, which is a rehabilitation and education center for injured birds of prey. I was working on a TA, which means I had no money, and my wife and I needed a source of cheap entertainment, so we would drive the tobacco flats or ride the tobacco flats with our bicycles and start watching birds. Then we saw a man do a birds of prey program at an environmental education center, and I had read an article about falconry the night before, and I asked him a lot of questions, and he said, "Do you want to become a falconer?" And I said, "I don't have the time to do it." And my wife said, yes, she did. She became the second licensed female falconer in Massachusetts history. That was back in 1979. So she started flying hawks, then I started flying hawks, and then people started dumping injured hawks at our doorstep, figuring we knew how to take care of them. So eventually, we learned wildlife medicine from Tufts University Veterinary School, set up a center in Massachusetts, returned to our home state of Pennsylvania, and in 1989, we incorporated the Delaware Valley Raptor Center. The whole thing is kind of emotional, highs and lows.
Yeah.
2 days ago, we put a young bald eagle back into the wild that had surgery on his leg, and there were complications after the surgery, and for a while we didn't think we were going to be able to save him. And just long, arduous work with this bird brought the bird's leg back healing, and the bird was released a couple of days ago, so that was one of those super highs. I was creance flying a golden eagle. A creance is a long line that you put a bird on when you want to exercise it. Throw the bird up in the air, the bird follows out with the line, and eventually the weight of the line brings it down very, very slowly. And it's a good way to build up flight musculature, and it's a very safe way to do it. So the bird was down after flight, and I was walking after it, and you stand on the line when you get very close to the bird, because otherwise he's going to keep flying away. So he's attached to the line by his jesses. And I went to pick him up, and I looked away for a second, and whatever I did spooked the bird, and she shoved her foot out, and it landed right inside my mouth.
Oh.
She put her front foretalon, which is about this big, right through my tongue and nailed it to the inside of my jaw.
Oh.
The back talon's this big, and it's resting right here, and I'm waiting for her to squeeze again. Had she done so, she would have shoved her back talon through my neck, underneath my tongue, the other way. And I cannot tell you how terrified I was. I had no idea what I was going to do. I had to move tried to move this talon off to the side. Had she not let me do it, I wouldn't have been able to, but she did let me force this talon out of harm's way. Then I had the front foretalon to deal with. I had no idea what I was going to do there, but as soon as I touched it, she solved the problem for me. She released it. Put the bird away, out in the snow, there's blood everywhere, walked in the house, hole on top of my tongue, hole underneath my tongue, hole through the jaw, underneath my teeth on my right side. It was the dumbest thing I've ever done working with birds of prey. You get taloned when you're lazy. I don't feel like getting the glove, I think I can grab this bird okay with my bare hands, and you're not quicker than they are. And he looks pretty calm. No, he's not, and he gets you. So, and I still do it after almost 40 years. I still get talent. So.